Hi survivors, it's me Prepper Zan reporting to you. Hope you guys are doing well because what's going on in this world is not, it's terrible. So I'd like to thank Queen for sending me this article. Actually, it was a YouTube video about things going on when women are being alone. It was a video, a woman was jogging and this man came up behind her and he actually tried to kidnap her, and luckily she was able to fight him off, and she wasn't tired or fatigued from jogging. When you're doing these strenuous exercises, especially a lot of cardio, and you're out and about and whatnot, you can be kind of tired, and she pardon me, was able to fight him off, and it saved her life. So this is not the only person this has happened to. It's a lot of stories coming out, especially about women. And men have to be careful too. But, especially women, we like easy prey. Unfortunately, we just can't go on with our lives and just do normal, regular things without having to be worried about who's watching me. Is somebody going to try to kidnap me and take my organs, God forbid, or take me into human sex trafficking and all these types of things. Y'all, we're living in like some of the most evil times ever. Like really. And everybody's predicting it to get worse from what we're seeing and what we're feeling and what we're hearing and the non-leadership that we are under. So it'll just behoove all of us to be careful and be safe and try to do things where we're not alone, especially like when you're going in areas like the video said, going in areas where there's no people. I'm really adamant on being, when I'm going places, going where there's a lot of people or where there's people around. You just don't want to find yourself in dark areas where there's no witnesses or there's no cameras, or there's just, what I'm saying, it's like not a lot of movement around amongst people, and you're by yourself and nobody can call 911 or call for some help or either try to help you in some kind of way. This is a story about a man in New York City. He got on the subway alone at 1 o'clock in the morning. And if you're familiar with New York, or if you live in New York, like those types of hours being out, it's not like during the day where there's a lot of people and activities going on, but that time of morning on the subway train is very dangerous because you have like a lot of homeless people, a lot of mentally ill people, a lot of criminals. They're going around doing all kinds of bad things, trying to rob people because they know it's not a lot of people out for, somebody to stop them or whatnot. It's not a lot of police officers on the subway. This was a really popular band on the F-O-X channel, the cable channel. He's a meteorologist, and he said he had just came from a bar. He did his his segment on the news, whatever. He went to go see the Yankees play at a bar in Manhattan. And he said after that he got on the trains. Everybody know the trains are really not safe right now in New York City, but really nothing is. But anyway, allegedly. So he got on the train. He's on the train by himself, 1 something in the morning where there's hardly nobody there. He says a group of teenagers like 15, 17, 16, 18 years old get on there. They're bothering this homeless man. He just start beating him up. The man was laying down asleep. And he said he told him, leave him alone, y'all. He's not bothering you. Leave him alone. And because he interfered and to save that man's life, they start beating on him. He went to the hospital. He had black eyes. He said his ribs were bruised. The cops found these teenagers and let them go. Didn't even take them to jail. Didn't charge them. I guess they felt like the crime wasn't extreme enough, and that's why these cities are raging with crime, because of the politics and because all the agendas. So we all have to be careful, both men and women. We have to like really be careful, tell people about our whereabouts, try to go somewhere. If you go in places, if you can, try not to go alone. It's just some bad times, and we're hearing about, like I said, the organ harvesting and the human trafficking. They talk about it on the internet all the time. I didn't know nothing about this until I heard about it over the internet. And this stuff is real. So and be careful with your children as well. Let them iterate the importance of them telling you their whereabouts. And we know that they, certain phones, especially iPhones, they have it where you can follow and track where your loved ones are. It's just different security things that we might want to put in place, so we will be aware of our loved ones' whereabouts, y'all, because it's just bad. It's really, really bad. It's really, really awful. And like I said, with the times we're living in, it's getting worse. So we just have to take precautions on every single thing we do. And I even told myself this the other day that I'm gonna stop going out rushing. Like when it's something you need to go out and get, or you just rush and go out. I'm not, now I take my time. I think, do I have this? Do I have my, something to protect myself? Or in New York City, you really have to take your time because everything costs so much. And then even when you go into the market, you want to make sure you got your bags, because they charge you for putting like the groceries in your bag, or to put the products after you buy them in your bag. So you want to make sure you have a bag. You want to make sure you got your umbrella. You want to make sure somebody knows where you're going. You want to make sure you got a bottle of water, and you got some non-perishables, like some little snacks in your bag, because you don't know if something may happen. Or make sure you got on good walking shoes, or if not, put the walking shoes in your backpack. When I leave, I have like a little backpack with me, my umbrella in there, water, some like little snacks just in case something happened. I always think like this because of everything I experienced, being from Texas with storms, or